on it.
That thing's pink.
Yeah, and these are undescribed. I was speaking to some bloke that's into his freshwater crustaceans and things like that, and he said there's no described species of these crabs here in the Kimberleys.
Guys, look at this. Ricky was showing me videos months back of freshwater crocodiles in caves that he would walk up on during the day. He just brought us to this cave, and lo and behold, the second freshwater crocodile of the night. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh my god, it's a good-looking animal, and something that I noticed right away, because I've never worked with the species in captivity. This is the first time I've ever seen these guys. Yeah, so first thing I noticed is these really prehistoric-looking spurs on the side of his tail, which would help with mating, right?
Yeah, that's what the males have it to stimulate the females.
What is going on, beautiful people? We're out here in Western Australia, and we just found a beautiful looking, magnificent frog, because that's the name of the species. So this is actually not even a big specimen. These guys got, oh! So these guys actually get a lot larger, probably about like 4 times this size. And what's really cool about this species is they've been known to actually eat tree snakes. So they'll actually grab a snake alive and they'll stuff it inside their mouth. It's squirming around and they swallow it whole. That's how big these guys get. They'll even eat small rodents, large geckos, and even smaller specimens of their own species. Look at that. What's really cool is we found a dumpy tree frog, or a green tree frog commonly called here in Australia, early on the trip. First day, and they actually look quite similar, but these guys have these beautiful little spots, and also they have these giant crests right here on top of the head. These little squishy crests right here. He's so cute. Little squishy crests. And then look at this. They're really pretty. Right on the sides of their legs as well. Oh, he's so magnificent. He's just like, let me go, let me go. He's just perching up. He's nice and comfortable. What do you reckon, Ricky?
Oh, mate, they're a pretty cool frog. They're probably one of the most impressive frog species we've got in Australia, I reckon. They're not quite as long as the white-lipped tree frog that we've got over in Cape York, but these guys make up with it with their sheer body mass. So I think they're a larger frog, they're heavier, they're a bigger frog, but they just don't quite have the same length.
What's the biggest you've seen?
Oh, like massive. Like they take up the whole palm of your hand, sitting there, and they're heavy, they're chunky as, they got those big glands just overhanging their eyes, and they're all just fat.
They look like they've been working out.
Big fat,
big arms,
sumo wrestler looking frogs.
Have you found that big out here?
Yeah, where we're going.
So hopefully we'll see some.
Actually, what kind of surprised to see this guy. Usually they hang around in the rocky escarpments, which there's not any of them right where we are now, but with the floodwaters that they can run from anywhere, so obviously these guys have come down in some floodwaters. We had a cyclone here 2 months back, so those waters can just push animals anywhere, which is obviously where these guys come from.
Alright, cool. So we can put this guy back and try to find a bigger specimen?
Yeah, we can put him back and we'll comfortably.
Don't jump. Don't
find a few more.
Look at him. He like folds his fingers in real nicely, like he's folding his arms. He's just like, I'll wait for you guys to finish. Ricky, what do you got?
Freshwater crab, mate.
Bring that crab over.
He's a donkey.
Whoa!
Look at the claw on it.
That thing's pink.
Yeah, and these are undescribed. I was speaking to some bloke that's into his freshwater crustaceans and things like that, and he said there's no described species of these crabs here in the Kimberleys. So these are a pretty cool little find. You get them in most of these riverbeds. You actually see them just walking across the road and stuff when it's completely dry.
Dude, this thing's purple.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey, look at the size of that nipper. He's missing his main pincer, but he's got his big buck.
Look at that.
Big buck nipper. He's got some pretty gnarly.
That's what you guys call him, a buck nipper?
Yeah, like we call it a big male crab with a big nipper like that. We call them bucks. But that generally goes for mud crabs. This guy ain't no mud crab. He's a long way off, but yeah, I suppose he still makes him a buck.
Oh my god, look at that thing.
Impressive. He's going to imagine getting nipped by that thing. Look at the size of that bloody nipper. It's huge, eh? I just found this freshwater crab. This guy's a big buck. You can tell he's a buck because he's got a big nipper, which is I don't know, we call like a mud crab.
You guys just saw Ricky filming with that crab. That's because he has a YouTube channel as well. So check him out, Ricky Mac, right down here.
Check him out.
You should check him out in his down under adventures.
Have a gaze, yeah. Just all Australian adventures. Ricky Mack in the Outback.
Ricky Mack in the Outback.
Yes, mate.
That's what it is. Oh,
yes, that's it. That's a channel. That's not the channel name. It's Ricky Mack, but that's a slogan. That's a feature. That's a phrase.
listen, the second you start selling those shirts, you better send me some.
Yeah, we will, mate. We'll get them going.
All right, man.
Gotta get this channel established first, and then we'll be on to it.
Go show them some love. Go show them some
Show
love.
them some love.
Go show them some
Or
love.
return the favour. Ow.
So, all right, you guys an email. Anyways, we're gonna go see what else we can find, and also we gotta get a campsite set up. So
Yeah, got a lot to do. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
is it?
now. Yeah.
So
We've
it's
probably
the
still
beginning of the night shift for snake hunting.
beginning of the night shift. We probably still got an hour, at least an hour's drive out of us
Yeah.
to get there. So it's gonna be a late night, and then a bit of herping after that. Haven't even had dinner yet.
We gotta eat some kangaroo
got
burgers.
some kangaroo burgers.
That stuff's really good. I'm sorry, guys, but kangaroo, I know they're lovely animals, and I adore them.
Oh, I love kangaroos.
But they taste delicious as well.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my goodness, they taste delicious.
No, they're good. They're good.
We're gonna have burgers tonight.
Yeah.
Yesterday was steaks. So anyways, we're gonna go see if we can find a king brown.
Hopefully, we'll get back on the road. Trenos is done with his frog.
Got good photos?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
good ones.
Hey, snakes.
Lizards?
Herps. Crocodiles.
Wait, snakes.
Lizards.
Crocodilians.
Herps!
Herps. I missed the memo.
Did you see that? Mm-hmm. He just launched. Oh look, there's another one right here. Look at that. Look how chunky they are. Those are magnificent frogs. They're green tree frogs, or dumpy tree frogs. And this is a freaking bad cave that Ricky took us to. And there's actually water deeper in the cave, and he says that there's freshwater crocodiles in here. These rocks are so smooth. Over here there's water. Look at this. So hopefully we can spot something in here. There's lots of spots to hide. Guys, Ricky's catching dinner. Oh, he's getting.
Yeah, he's got me.
Oh, he got you pretty good.
Yeah, they actually got pretty.
Dude, those pinchers are hectic. Look
Yeah,
at them.
look at them.
They're
Look
super
at the colours
blue.
of them. Yeah, they're.
All the crustaceans out here are crazy looking. Oh, he's getting your other hand now?
Yeah. Look at them go. They got for a prawn like that. Look at that. They give you a pretty good go.
Oh my god.
But these are the best feed, eh?
Holy crap, look how long his prawns are.
They're massive, eh? Look at these.
He's like an alien.
They're the fucking best feed. Get a heap of these, a couple fish, and cook them up. You're not disappointed.
How you cook them?
However, just normally just chuck them on the coals and they just cook themselves in the shell. Just peel them and eat them.
Oh, that thing's like an alien. Look at
Yeah,
that.
look at they get heaps bigger than this too. They're like eating, like, you get heaps of meat out of them. Oh, that's a nice good spot. Get off. Then we got
Crushing your little pinky.
Normally I bring a spear down here, but I didn't even think of it. It's that late and tired. I feel boredom just to come down and spear these prawns, but we'll come back down later, get a heap more.
2 in the morning is too late for you?
2 in the morning.
Driving across the
All
damn
day,
continent.
all night, yeah.
Look at this, we're in a giant cave.
You can see all the crop tracks down here.
We got crop trucks?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet, look at that, guys. See the drag in the sand? Where the tail came through? Look at that. Freshwater crocodiles. Guys, look at this. Look what Ricky just spotted in the shallows. This is a wild freshwater crocodile in this cave. That is insane. What is this guy, like 4.5 feet long, 5 foot? Wild freshwater crocodile, that is insane. Oh, I wish I brought my GoPro. Here in this cave, guys. Deep, deep in this cave. In about 2.5 feet of water. He's got like a snap snout. Look at that. The tip of his snout right there. He's missing part of his nostrils.
Yeah, but he's protected.
Oh man, look at that guy. Just trying to look at every crack and crevice and see what we can find. Guys, look at this. Where he was showing me videos months back of freshwater crocodiles in caves that he would walk up on during the day. He just brought us to this cave, and lo and behold, the second freshwater crocodile of the night.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You just seeing him sitting in this tiny little body of water here, probably only in 20 centimeters of water, and he's just laying completely motionless.
Bro, I love freshwater crocodiles so much.
I know, they're so cool.
I've only gotten to handle and work around freshwater crocodiles 2 times my whole life in America.
That's crazy. This place gets absolutely chock-a-block full of them in the dry season. It's the only permanent water source in the area. So basically this whole tunnel system just fills up with all the local crocs. They all migrate up here as the water starts to evaporate out of their permanent pools through the dry season. And then as the rain starts again, they'll slowly head back down and back up the river, back to their original territories, and they'll spend the wet season sitting in their pools, and then they'll just come straight back here for the dry season. It's pretty remarkable.
This is awesome. And you're pointing out the freshwater tarpon that are in here, the prawns that are in here that you'll feed on as we walk through the cave.
Yeah, the whole tunnel system's just alive. There's all sorts of different types of fish in here, and prawns, freshwater crabs, as well as whatever other life's in here, bats, reptiles, amphibians. These guys have absolutely a smorgasbord to feed on.
He looks healthy. Yeah. And so do the other croc. They got fat bases on the tail, their bellies look good jowls.
Yeah, they're all super healthy. There's so much to feed on through the dry season. At the start, after the wet, this place is just full of food, as you can see, all the prawns and everything. And these guys just gorge on it. But as soon as the wet's over, towards the end of the dry season, you come through here and there's not much left. They're just eating everything.
They just have to eat as much as possible.
They just keep eating.
Before it disappears.
Yeah, and there's no way to replenish it, so once they eat it, it's gone. But we've had some new rain through here in the past couple months, and it's washed down heaps of new stuff. So
this is awesome, man. Yeah. There's only 2 species of crocodile here in Australia. Crocodilus porosus, the saltwater crocodile, and Crocodilus johnsoni, the freshwater crocodile right here. And Ricky's put us on both crocodiles in a matter of 3 days. Let alone the fact that he brought us to a place where you find them in a cave. How insane is this?
I know, it's pretty good.
Cave crocodiles.
Especially the water clarity, you can just see. It's like, it's just glass. Perfect.
It's insane.
You can see everything you need.
We're the only people making commotion here. Not even the crocs are active. They're just chilling underwater.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Just bats. That's it. Hey, if you have a thing for cave crocodiles, maybe we should do a trip to Madagascar one day. Yeah. And look for the Nile crocodiles in the caves out there.
Oh, really? Do they do the same sort of thing as this?
Yeah. People find crocodiles in the caves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they're supposed to get just as big as the mainland Nile crocodile.
That's crazy.
So maybe we should get some snorkels and lights and go out there.
Go for a dive, yeah. Should go for a dive with these guys tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow, guys, we do want to come back here. I have goggles, I have GoPro, Ricky's got the same, and we actually want to get some footage of them in this clear, crystal clear water. So hopefully we can do that tomorrow. And tonight we're going to go see if we can find some, olive pythons?
Yeah, maybe night tigers, olives, yeah. A couple more crocs.
It's going to be sweet.
Just see what's out.
And then end the night with kangaroo burgers and prawns.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, and emu export. There you go. That is so cool, man. He's a dragon. Look at his scoots on his tail. They are so sharp looking. Oh, what is going on, beautiful people? I'm sorry, I was just taking a little nap. We only got like 3 hours. It's not even. We got like, what, half an hour of sleep last night, Ricky?
Yeah, not much.
We were walking around in the caves last night looking at cave crocodiles, otherwise known as freshwater crocodiles, because no one calls them cave crocodiles out here. We're just finding them in a really cool spot where they hang out in a cave looking for prawns and fish, little tarpon eat. It was awesome. First time ever seeing freshwater crocodiles out in the wild, let alone being in the cave, was amazing. Now we're gonna go see if we can get a cooler, get some ice, maybe fix the fridge we've got, because the fridge we have right now, the little charging port is kind of messed up and it's not really working, and we're supposed to be camping out here in the Outback, so we're kind of relying on a cooler full of food. So if it doesn't work, no worries. Ricky is a bushman. He's Ricky Ticky, man of the Outback. He knows how to find a witchetty grub in a dead bush, in a dead branch, to pull it out, cook it, collects prawns with his bare hands, and freaking can call in any cockatoo over the land. That's not a cockatoo, that's a kookaburra. Have him land on his arm. You're like, where's the grub at? Where's the taka? It's gonna, and then that's gonna be the way we find our food. Sorry guys, there's a bug on the camera. This is honestly the land, not just of the lizards, but the land of the bugs, and mainly the land of the termites. This place is covered in termite mounds. Every stretch of this country. It's crazy. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Let you know when we got some stuff going on. Guys, look at this. This is like the 6th monitor lizard species of the trip. Beautiful black-headed monitor lizard. Look at this. If you get a really good look at the pattern going down his back. Look how rusty the O's are, going all the way down his back, and then it goes into a yellow speckling with black, and then it turns solid black to the tip of the tail. And this guy's about full grown?
Yeah, this is an adult male. He's quite an old animal, actually.
Oh my god, it's a good looking animal, and something that I noticed right away, because I've never worked with this species in captivity. This is the first time I've ever seen these guys.
Really?
Yeah, so first thing I noticed is these really prehistoric looking spurs on the side of his tail, which would help with mating, right?
Yeah, that's what the males have it to stimulate the females.
Oh.
So the females just have nothing there, and the males have those, so they're really easy to sex visually.
So kind of like anacondas with their little claws tickling the females,
Yeah,
cloaca, getting them going.
Yeah.
They've got little spurs. Let's get a quick shot of that. Look at that. Thick keratin sticking out the side. Spikes, look at that. Just quick little patches right there. There and there. That's a good looking animal. Oh, it's okay, dude, it's okay. I think he might be just a little bit upset, not just because we're standing in the sun. Let me just step a little bit closer to you guys so we can get him in the shade. But something that we noticed once we got him, relax. Once we got him in our hands is he's got ticks all along his neck right here. You see those little ticks? So what we're gonna do is help him pull off those little ticks right there. Real easy favor to pull off for him. Look at that. Oh man. And you want to help them because, man, I've had ticks on me. It's not fun, especially when you find them on your crotch in Costa Rica, right? You don't like getting ticks on your crotch, right, buddy? He's just like, no, don't like ticks. No way. Who the hell likes ticks? Let me get that one. Oh, it's okay. Let me get that one. There's one more tick right here. There we go. And the best way to dispose of a tick, some people burn them, some people stomp on them. Easy as that, and you don't waste the protein. All that blood that guy's been sucking up, you don't want to waste it. Look at that. Beautiful looking monitor lizard. Get a good shot of him just stretched out on my arm in the sun. Super alert animal. The second that we came over, he shot up that tree all the way to the top. Ricky's like, you get him if you climb. I was just like, well, I reckon I'm gonna climb. He let me jump on his shoulders and then get up there. And then he was so high up I couldn't reach to him, so I broke a stick and I started to give him a little tickle. He was coming right by my hand, and then when he saw my hand, he's like, hand, jumping off the tree. Hand, I'm gonna jump off the tree. Anyway, jumped off, and then he nearly caught him. Scattered all the way to that tree far over there, and Trent had to chase him down, chase Ricky down, trying to chase the lizard down, and then just before he jumps up another tree, he snags him from behind the tree, because Ricky grew up here in the land down under, and he's the man of the lizards, man of the Venerid. Here you go.
Thanks, mate.
Beautiful looking lizard, man.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for helping me catch it.
That's alright, mate.
Oh, look at this. And he's got a little nubtail too.
Yeah, he's got a stubby tail.
Yeah, bit off by something.
Yeah. also called the black-tailed monitor as well, which is probably a more suiting name because pretty much all the colour forms have a black tail, but barely any of them actually have a black head. So, yeah, bit of a misleading word. But yeah, he's probably pretty old. Sydney has just had a good run.
Such a good looking animal, man.
Yeah, got nice patterns.
Another badass monitor lizard species you put us in the range for to find.
Yeah, I know.
You're a legend, man.
Getting
Thank
a
you.
few. Hopefully we get a couple more today. Ticking them off one by one. Slowly but surely. Oh, yeah, slowly.
I couldn't ask for a better trip. Australia's been so amazing so far. We've been seeing so many species that I've wanted to see since I was a little kid. It's time to hit the road. Let's see what else we can find, and hopefully down the road we find the king of the lizards out here in the outback, the Parenti. Give me a little pound for that. Fucking legend.
Okay.
Legend. Alright, so we gotta test out the bite force of a frilled dragon, and not enough to pull my finger off, but definitely enough to crunch my finger real good and let me know we're not just designed to crush down bugs, we're designed to bite down on jackasses from America that pick you up.